Hey there, self. Just a quick set of thoughts about this personal roadmap thing because I am finally actually putting in the time and it's beginning to get somewhere, and it's mostly getting there because I'm just saying that many other things don't have that priority. But then, of course, that raised inside me the slight concern that, well, is the personal roadmap, is it really going to be that useful? Is that is that really what you need? And then I thought back, yeah, this is where it comes from actually. It comes from the need to know that the things that I do are really connected to where you're trying to go and why. Because, you can choose to do just about anything and it can be very haphazard, but why? Why those things, right? And it's a part that's kind of been missing. Like, um, you have your formalizer, and you have RTT, and you have a bunch of metrics and all those things, and they were derived, and you put in time, and you made at least one iteration for each, and some have gone through several iterations already. Now, there has been a previous attempt at something like a personal roadmap, and so you could say that was version 0.5 or something like that. And that version didn't quite use the same terminology about road mapping. It was the attempt to make the objective-oriented planning, so the OOP, where you had objectives, goals, milestones, actions. But the problem there is that it was created by basically just whenever you came up with something, whenever there was a new interesting thing, like some kind of goal or something, or an opportunity, you just take it and you throw it in there and try to put it in context. And that's okay, it's an organic way to try to grow some kind of map, but it wasn't connected to values. So the different goals, the different milestones, those things where you could go, they didn't have like a list of characteristics, a list of values, a list of value connected characteristics or parameters that they could satisfy to some degree. So there was no real way of telling why a certain goal or milestone, why that should be relevant. Why would you want to do that? How does that fit in? Why does that get a certain kind of priority? Or, those, there just wasn't any real explicit connection there. You had to just kind of feel it out. So that's where I'm trying to do this a little differently right now. And, and with a little progress there, hopefully that will lead to something that is also, clearly useful, the same way that the formalizer is clearly useful, the same way that the metrics are clearly useful, and the same way that the RTT with its summary and its templates and stuff is clearly useful. So hopefully it's like the missing piece in the useful stuff. After all, the OOP never quite really worked out the way it was supposed to. And maybe that's because the values connection was missing. Yeah, and so then that could get redrafted according to a roadmap that does have values connections.